Hey gang, welcome back to Learning to Survive. Big John here with you as usual. Today we're going to be trying to add a little edge to a knife that I looked at in the last video that I did. The Field Shadow from Ridge Runner. Turned out to be an okay beater knife. Edge, not so much. So we're going to put it on the Lansky System. We're going to see what we can get out of it and see how much sharper we can get it. But if you want to find out how sharp it's going to be, you're going to have to hang around. That beautiful. One hell of a... What do you think about that, Ultra? What the hell are you thinking? Hey gang, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate you. We're trying something a little new here with the tiny table. I keep swearing I'm going to buy a bigger table, and I still haven't bought one yet, but it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. So, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to take the Field Shadow from Ridge Runner, see if we can't put a little better edge on this bad boy using the Lansky System. I just added some parts to this system. I've had this thing for years and I didn't use it because it was such a pain in the ass to use, and I don't know why I didn't buy a stand for this thing earlier. Don't ask me, I can't tell you, but I did. I finally bought a stand for it, and man, so much easier to use. Now I just need to mount the stand to a piece of wood to make it even more stable, and this thing will be incredible. This is Knife Sharpening for Idiots 101. Okay, this is for guys like me who can't hold the angle properly and yada yada yada. Anyway, I just bought these 3 strops. I got these at sharpeningsupplies.com. Gonna put a link to them in the description if I can remember to do it. I don't get anything from these guys. I don't get any kickback. I've just had very good purchases from them. Great customer service. Things come, you know, I buy them, they ship them out quickly, they get here pretty fast, good quality stuff. I bought the 3 strops. I've already pasted them. You can see I've already screwed a couple of them up, attempting to use them. Again, hey guys, I'm not just learning to survive, I'm learning how to sharpen knives. You've got your 3 different pastes. You got your green, your red, and your yellow. The green is the most coarse, red is the next, and yellow is basically just a conditioner for the leather. You don't have to paste these every time. You just paste them as the paste wears off. So I've been told. And that's the way I'm going to do it. So we're going to give these a shot. And then you got your Lansky System. And again, everything fits right in here. Again, the base that I bought. You got your different stones that it comes with. Your coarse, medium, fine. And then one of the other things that I bought was a honing stone to try to put a finer edge on everything. So, let's get this bad boy all put together and get to rock and rolling. Now, this blade is not in terrible shape, so we're not going to go with the coarse. We're going to start with the medium, and we're going to go from there. Now the way that this works is you have a guide rod that hook into the stone and tighten down right there. And it pretty much holds the guide rod in place. You want a little bit of play in it, but not too much. Okay. Now, this is what locks onto your blade. This part you put on the blade like so. And we're going to take our dime. I'm going to tighten this first screw. Now, if I'm not mistaken, wow, hope y'all can't hear that. That's my stomach right here. I believe on the newer models, it comes with a different kind of screw and all this kind of good jazz. Comes with protectors for the blade itself, which is a good idea. But from what I've heard, they pop off anyway. So we tighten down the first screw. Okay. So it's, you know, fairly locked in place. Well, when we tighten the second screw, it puts leverage on the whole system. Now, that sucker's locked in tight. It's going nowhere. Okay? So, now the way this works, you set the knife, or the guide on the stand. While I have this out, before we get into all this, I have the oil sitting here. One thing I was not aware of, which I saw on another website, and I confirmed it on the Lansky website. I had always put the oil on the stone before I sharpened my knives. That's the way you do it, right? You either have a whetstone where you put water, or 90% of us put spit. Come on, you did it, I did it. Your dad taught you to do it. Let's be honest. So you had a whetstone that you put your spit on, and then you had a honing stone that you put oil on, right? Well, these stones, the oil is for cleaning the stones. It is not to put on the stones before you do the sharpening. You are not supposed to put anything on the stones before sharpening. You use them as is, which is against everything we've been taught, against everything we've been told. And the first time I tried to do it, it was painful. But I did it, and the feeling is gritty, and it's kind of, you want to put the oil on it anyway. But the oil is actually for cleaning out the metal shavings that build up in the pores of the stone, which make the stone smooth so it doesn't work as well. And I'm going to do a little demonstration on that, on how this actually works. But, so we're going to go against everything we've ever learned, and trust me guys, this is hard. We're not going to put any oil on the stone. Now you have these different, I don't know if I'm showing that properly or not because I can't see what I'm doing, but you have these different guide holes for the guide wire to go into. You really want to match up the hole with the edge of the knife. Now, if you go to the Lansky site, it will tell you what all the different holes will give the knife a different edge and what they all do. I find that the third hole up seems to be pretty universal and pretty good for most of the knives that I've used so far, all 2 of them. So again, this is a learning process as we're going along. Now, a couple of things. You want to keep a consistent pressure on the blade. Not hard pressure. You want to let the stone do the work. Okay? But the main thing is to remember to count your strokes, because you want the same number of strokes on each side of the blade, even if you're going in a different direction, which we will be doing. So we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it doesn't take many. Okay, you don't have to do 100 strokes. It doesn't take 100 strokes. And don't worry guys, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do this for every stone. I'm going to speed this up, probably right up in here somewhere. Alright, so there we are. That's our first pass with the medium stone. And we're going to wipe the blade. Now, I'm going to take this stone off. I'm going to show you what I was talking about cleaning the stone. And you don't have to do this every time. Just as you feel the stones getting smooth, which this one isn't, but I just want to show, because I noticed this when I would do this, but didn't occur to me. You notice when you smooth the oil on the stone, see all the black stuff that comes up? See I'm holding this correctly, the black stuff that's on my finger? That's shavings from what we just did. So you actually put the oil on the stone and then you wipe it with a rag. See all that black stuff? That's what your oil is for. Your oil is actually to clean the stone not to put on the stone before you sharpen. So today, guess what? We learned something together today. Now, we're going to switch to the fine stone. And again, I'm probably going to speed through a bunch of this stuff in the video because there's no sense in you watching me do the same thing over and over and over. You get the concept, okay? So now we're going to do the same thing with the fine stone. Now, as you can see, this one is very dirty. See that? That is all the metal shavings that are in the pores of the stone. We're going to do this one again. The oil causes the shavings to rise to the top of the stone, making it easy to wipe them off. And now we're going to switch over to our honing stone, which this is one of the new ones that I just bought. Alright, I did a few more passes with the honing stone. Even with all the markings on it, I don't feel that it needs to be cleaned. I've only used it twice. So we're going to leave that one as is. Now, without, and granted I sped some of that stuff up, but without all the talking in between and everything, that really didn't take that long. Okay, I don't know as far as time, but I mean, and I will guarantee you that right now the knife is much sharper than it was. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to polish it up with the strops. Now this is something that is completely new to me. I've never used strops before. I mean, up until, like I said, I tried this on one other knife, and honestly, it was a complete disaster. It wasn't a complete disaster, but it did not go as well as I had hoped. And but I'm glad that I practiced with it before I did this video. But this is something that's brand new to me. So again, we're learning as we go. Now, obviously, since the strops are made of leather, we can only go on the downstroke. If you go on the upstroke, you're going to shave the leather off of your strop. So there we go with our first strop. Hey, I managed not to tear it up. And we're going to move on to our next one. Now there is no certain number of strokes, there's no especially with the strops, because with the strops, you're basically polishing the edge. So you really can't do too many strokes with the strops. I mean, obviously with the stones, you can, because with the stones, you're shaving off little tiny pieces of the knife, of the edge. And so you don't want to go too crazy, because you're going to be cutting off pieces of your knife, or shaving off pieces of your knife. And if it gets to a point where, you know, more is not better. And with a strop, it really isn't that point, because you're not going to do any damage to the blade with the strop. I mean, I could sit here and do 100 strokes if I wanted to, and it's not going to do any damage to the blade. It would just be a huge waste of my time. And now the final strop. And again, this one has the yellow paste on it, which the yellow paste is mainly just for leather conditioning. That's about all it's for. So this strop is really just the leather with no coarseness to it whatsoever. And there we go, and we're done. So all in all, didn't take too long. And now we should have a much improved knife. If I can get this thing apart. And then we're just gonna take it apart in the opposite order. And voila. There we go. And trust me when I tell you that I see where there's a few little areas that I need to work on. Where it needs to be polished up a little bit. Maybe I didn't hit it as well as some others. I don't know. I can't tell what's showing up on there and what's not. Sorry guys. Trying to give you as good a view as I can. But I can tell you by looking at this blade, just by looking at it, that it is much sharper than it was. Oh yeah. Let's see if it'll even shave hair now. Ooh, baby, look at that. Look at that right there. And look at all the hair on that blade. Yes, sir, Bobski. Look at that bald spot on the arm. Yes, sir. Razor sharp. So there you have it, gang. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. To say that I am happy with myself would be an understatement. I know I didn't do a sharpness test at the beginning of this video, which I probably should have, but if you watch the last video, which I will post a link right about here. I hope I did that right. I'm learning as I'm going. You can check out the first video, check out the sharpness of the blade. You can see vast improvement. When I tried to cut hairs the last time with that knife, it did not shave anything. It cut one hair. One. Nothing like what just happened. But, you know what? Let's give it the paper test just to see. I'm just curious what it can do. Wow. Nah, that's not good. See, now it's going to make a liar out of me. There we go. It's not doing too good on the paper test. Let's try going straight down to that. Well, not great on the paper test. It's okay, but not great. I don't know why. Maybe somebody can tell me. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Still not fantastic, but not bad. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But head and shoulders above what it was. Let me tell you. So, there you go, guys. The Lansky Sharpening System. It works. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments what you think about the video. Let me know what's your favorite knife sharpening technique. What do you like to use? Do you have a system that you think is better? Let me know. Always interested in learning new ways. Guys, thanks so much as always. I love my troops. Thank you for your service. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so that you get notifications when I post new videos. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to all of you who are watching. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, you and me together, we're learning to survive. And until next time, I'll see you.